so here is SODO Ride 3, fully put together and stickered. And I will say one thing real quick. You don't actually get 2 Geo bodies in this box as a set. You just get one. But I pulled the Geo body from set 1 that I previously had the Ghost Armor on, just so I could put Ryuki on, so I could show them at the same time, just to make it a little bit easier for the review. But if you buy this set, you do only get 1 Geo body, so you'd have to either get a second one or decide which one you'd rather display. So I'm going to move these guys back for a minute, because Fourze's got a little bit going on here. He looks good. I definitely like him quite a bit. A lot of stickers. All of this kind of orange trim everywhere is a sticker. This is a little bit of paint here and here, but everywhere else is pretty much a sticker. All the calf muscle things here are all stickers. But he looks good. He's got nice articulation, same articulation that all the SODO figures have, as far as shoulder, bicep, elbow, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, these things take up his whole hands. You can take them off if you wish. But this is the full look of the Fourze armor. Now, he can transform, just like the RKF one can. So you would push these up over top of the head like that. This would come down and rest back there. Now, this is where it gets a little, not so much transforming as taking things off. So you take off the normal driver that you have. You have to take off these pieces which plug into his shins. So you have to unplug these. Now he does come with normal shin pieces, which you could plug back in. So we'll put this back on here. I mean, if you wanted to leave it off, you could. There's no reason you have to put it back on, but go ahead and plug those back in. Now you also get this piece, which is like the driver with a long flap in the front, and that's what you're going to plug into here. Then you're going to take these pieces that you popped off the shins, and you're going to peg them into these 2 spots right here. So let's get that going. There we go. So then the feet just kind of hang out. Then what you do is you have to unpeg these, which can be a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's see if I can get these unpegged here. And what am I knocking off? I'll put this back on in a minute. So these split right down the center. And you can see that it pegs into the fist from underneath. Or you can just take the fist off, apparently. Alright, so I'm going to get this out of here. I'll be back in a second, and I'll show you how these go back on. Okay, so these things really peg snugly into the fists. It took me a while to get them off there. So I have taken them off of the fists and then put them back together. And you can see that they have a slot right here. That's going to peg into this on the side of this new kind of crotch piece. And so that pegs in there on both sides. And then here is the rocket mode. Now, I will admit, it doesn't work as well as the RKF one, in my opinion, because you just kind of have the hands kind of off to the side here. But, you know, I appreciate that it's possible that it can be done. So here is the rocket mode. I'm going to go ahead and put this all back, because I really do like the armor. I think that looks a lot better than the rocket mode. But I do, like I said, I do appreciate this just rotates back up and pegs in. And then you can bring the shoulders down. And then we have to pop these shins out again. So these just kind of have to, I guess you can kind of grab it from the kneecap and pop them off that way. And then we take these off, put this back off to the side, and peg these back in. So I really do like the Fourze armor. I think they did a good job with it. And this uses one of the smaller Geo bodies. And when I say that, there's kind of 2 different Geo bodies. And how that works is there's the thicker ones that have the like silver on the side, and they have the thicker arms. This is one of the smaller ones that has the smaller arms because it needs to have the giant shoulder pads. So you have to make sure when you're buying extra bodies for these armors that you're buying the right kind, because there's kind of like the generic thin Geo body, which I believe is used for the normal Geo armor, like just to make Geo himself. And then there's like what I call an armor body, which is meant to have an additional armor put on it. So just be careful if you are going on eBay or Mandarake or something and looking to buy extra bodies. You don't buy the wrong one. But yeah, here is Fourze. Get a close-up of the head sculpt. I think the sticker looks good. There's a lot of stickers here on the shoulders and on the chest plate. And then on the sides here of the rockets and everything, the black and the pink here is sticker. But yeah, overall, I think he looks really good. And I'm really happy with how he came out. So I'm going to put him back on the base here. Next up, we'll take a look at Ryuki. Looking pretty good. You can see here he comes with the sword, which I think they did a really nice job on. It's a decent length. I think that looks good. Close-up of the head sticker there. That's all one big sticker. You can kind of see the Ryuki behind the visor, which I think looks good. The stickers here for the dragon heads I think came out really nice. The eye and then the black and the red, it's all one side is all one sticker, but it really works well. They came out looking great. I love those dragon head shoulder pads. These are just painted red. The rest of the armor is pretty standard. So most of these armors have kind of become just head and shoulder pads for most of the like non-featured riders, I want to say. Most of the armors that didn't make it onto the show, especially the older riders, like, you know, Genm and Double and Fourze all had, and O's all had big fancy armors, but most of these are kind of just shoulder pads and head and then chest plate. But I still think it looks pretty good. Again, same articulation as everyone else. Nothing new in that regard. Here's Den-O. I think I like Den-O a little bit better than Ryuki as far as the armors go. I think the Denliner shoulder pads just came out really well, and the I love the head, just a little bit more height, and you can see the visor just a little bit easier. I think it just came out really well, and then they have a gun. G-Con good aid in gun form. So I guess I'll run through real quick. You have a ball joint in the hip, thigh swivel 90 degree in the knee, ball joint in the ankle. You have a waist spin, head ball joint, spin and out to the side for shoulder, bicep swivel 90 degrees in the elbow, and then the wrists can spin because they're actually able to come out. So if you want to swap the fists, you certainly can do so. But yeah, both Ryuki and Den-O both came out really well in my opinion. And then here we have Gates in the Genm armor, looking excellent. I think they did a great job with this. It's very simplistic. Again, he doesn't have the big hammer arms like X8 does, so he just has the chest plate and the shoulder pads and the head, but I think it looks really good. Really happy with this. And he comes with these two hands. Now, he also comes with another set of hands, but they're like gray. And I just think it's weird that he switches from gray to black. I mean, it's the same with Geo. When they give Geo extra hands, they're black. So I don't know why they can't say, like, all of Gates' hands are black and all of Geo's hands are gray. But they can't seem to figure that out. He does come with the Yumi, the Ono. I guess this is called the G-Con Zax in Yumi mode, I think, for bow. If I'm reading that correctly. And I would have him hold it, but then I'd have to give him one gray hand and one black hand. I just think that looks weird. So it looks good. He comes with it. He can, I think you can store it here on the side if you don't want him to hold it. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, very cool. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put the driver back on Fourze. Let's make sure that happens. There we go. So I will fix this and reposition these guys. But yeah, I think they all came out really nice. I really like all of them. Again, just to show you, you do get a handful of extra parts. So I already showed you what this is for. You get like a extra head. They always put a head on the body, even though you really never intend to use it. Like this was on the Gates body before he switched it out for the Genm head. And then I think this one was on the Fourze body and this one was on the Deno body. I can't remember. Most of the time they just give you these so like if a kid would get a box that just has the body without any armor, he'd at least have a head. But most of the time you can just throw these out because you're never going to actually leave them on anything. It's always going to get replaced by something better. You have the shin pieces for Fourze, which of course you only need in the rocket mode. You do get a version of the driver with just the Geo ride watch attached. You can see this side is empty. And this came with the body for Fourze. So if this was just Geo, you would be accurate in only having one ride watch attached. And then you have extra hands. And then you also have extra hands for, this is one of those extra black hands. But here are the extra Fourze, or I should say Geo hands. And again, it's because the body was used for Geo. So these were like Geo only hands when he's not having an armor attached. But I think it's cool they give you some options. So those are all the extra accessories that will probably just get put in a bin because I'm going to be displaying these like this. So yeah, I definitely am going to have to track down some extra bodies. At this point, I think I have Ghost and X-Aid without a body. So I'll have to track down some more. And I know as I put more of these together, I'm going to run into even more armors unaccounted for. But as for right now, I think Fourze, Ryuki, Deno, and the Genm armor all look fantastic. And I definitely recommend picking up this set. This is SODO Ride 3. If you buy a box instead of a set, you would possibly get more bodies. I don't know what they'd give you doubles. Probably they'd give you doubles of Fourze. Because I bought a box of Ride 5 and I got a bunch of extra like Genm armor pieces. And I was like, no, I want more bodies, not extra Genm armor pieces. But what are you going to do? In any case, great set. All four of these armors look fantastic. Definitely recommend them. Does take some time to put the stickers on, but what you're left with looks really good. Nice display pieces. And I mean, really, you could just use them as action figures as well because they have great articulation. Very durable, I would say, because they're, you know, a light material. Not that they're going to break, but I feel like if you dropped them or anything, they're not going to smash. They're not like figure arts in that way. So very durable, very nice little figures here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.